And we're off tripod for a couple of small adds to some video. I added some plastic nylon washers to the ends of these knurled knobs simply because they'd be scratching the heck out of the paint. As you can see, we have a big giant bolt right there. And heading over to this side, if the lighting is good, I don't know if you can see that. There's another BAB, big ass bolt. Sorry for the turned over camera. And then this is probably a better view than when I was holding these on a previous video. OMG, this one was the damaged cleat. This one not as bad, but yeah, these are definitely usable for somebody. Maybe if I cut them down to like right about there at the inch line, but yeah, these saw some heavy duty movement. I'll leave it at that. But after the bolting, nice and good. So on to waiting for the goodies or everything that's going to be over the next few weeks to show up. So back later. Hello YouTubers, Reloading Bench back with you once again, and this will be more machinist lathe related than reloading, so switch the channel if that's of no interest. So I'm going to call this the beginnings of the arrivals, and I've now come to understand the rainforest delivery language of terms. So when you order something, you know, that doesn't necessarily mean anything, nor does the delivery date, the promised delivery date, whether you're Prime or not. It means absolutely nothing. So once you order, as you're probably well aware, then sometime later you get a shipping notification. Your item has shipped. Again, that means nothing. Nothing. Again, with still the target delivery date. And there's nothing more frustrating than ordering something and being given a date and then being given your item has shipped. Okay, great. Then one would think it should show up. Except on the delivery day, if the item isn't marked for out for delivery, you're not getting it. It's not showing up. And you can hold your breath and maybe it will show up, or maybe it'll be marked for delivery later in the day. But if it doesn't get marked for delivery or out for delivery, you're probably not going to get it. And then the third is out for delivery and past the delivered time window, which then usually the rainforest will update, we're sorry, your item is running late. And it won't be here the next day. It'll be here in like 3 or 4 days, which that one always gets me. I've actually been able to go in and reorder the same thing that was delayed, that has a next day delivery, that actually does show up before the original item shows up for its delayed delivery. And I'm always a big fan of when I'm ordering stuff, and this is a good example. All the stuff that I've ordered from the rainforest, every single item has a free return. And I do that because what you see in the picture, what the description is, and what actually shows up might be 2 different things, or 3 different things, or whatever. So I picked up, here's a good example. These are called acid brushes. You might have a different name for them. You know, when you're dealing with certain materials as opposed to a wooden handle. And I was at the big box shop with the orange color, and this was in a kit with some other soldering stuff. It was like 28 bucks. And obviously you're not paying 28 bucks for this, but you're paying for the 2 other items that were in the soldering kit. So I asked the guy, hey, do you just sell these anywhere? And he's like, oh, check plumbing, check paints, check everywhere. No, they don't sell it. So I went online, and they're online at the rainforest for like 60 to 90 cents per brush, which, you know, again, not too bad. But the local Taps plastic place has them for 20 cents each. So, you know, for, you know, a couple dollars of what would have been on the rainforest, or again, depending on what quantity you buy, this was only, you know, less than $1. I also picked up some I call them chit brushes. Better word to call them is maybe shit brushes. But since the lathe was made here, I figure I may as well have the brushes. And this is just meant to brush away chips. And this is meant for, you know, finer brushing of chips and or oil and or anything else that may get on the lathe. I unboxed, let me rephrase that, I unbagged this before realizing, hey, you should make videos of these unboxings. So I'm making videos of these unboxings. I still will not be able to cut anything anytime soon because the tool post that I ordered that was supposed to be amongst this stuff gave me my wonderful delayed message, my delayed notification. So I ordered some cutters, and the approach I took was for the high speed, let me rephrase that, for the harder material, harder steels. God, these are just cheap shit. You can just tell how cheap it is. Too funny. So for the harder materials, and it'd be nice if this was in a box, but maybe that's wishful thinking. So this will have to sit in a drawer somewhere like that. But for the less harder materials, brass, aluminum, these high-speed steel, at least according to, you know, maybe what it says on the back of one of them. No, that's too yucky there. That's some yuck. That's some yuck. Let's pop this puppy out. Okay, so this is a BR6C6. No idea what that actually means. And in my learnings, I'm going to bet that it's supposed to be like this. That's just funny. Cheap shit. You get this is a perfect example. You get what you pay for. So I bought these in quantity because I expect to damage in my learning process. Remember, I don't know what the heck I'm doing, so this will all be a learning process for me. But there's a beginning of, and these are 1/2 inch, I believe. They're either 1/2 inch or 3/8. Let me double check. These are 3/8. So the carbide cutters are 1/2 inch. All right, so that's box one of. That's funny. It doesn't even go back in the box. Very, very standard operating procedure for stuff made in that country. Sorry to bash. But, you know, if it was made here, I'm not saying it would be better. All right, so this is a bunch of bubbles. Oh, this is not what I fucking ordered. This is not what I fucking ordered. It's supposed to be red. An oiler for, yeah. So that's a great example of, yeah, where's the red? And this is meant for the point oiling, obviously on the lathe. Steel pump, lifetime warranty. Yeah, where is? So it's supposed to be a cute red. That's going back. I don't like. I was looking for the red. I like the idea of the red. So that's a no-go. That's a no-go. In fact, maybe I will keep this for the bench. And I have an old reloading that I have full of 10W30, 5W30, 10W30, 5W30. I'm not sure. But this is a cheesy Harbor Freight version that has never really worked well, which is why I didn't repurpose it. So I think I'm going to leave that up on the wall for decorative purposes. And this is going back. That's too funny. And this was part of my order for my cutter, my tool post. This is to hold a cutter. Not a fan of cardboard that doesn't cooperate. This is one of the... All right, so this looks really nice in terms of finish, and by that I mean the paint is where it's supposed to be, as opposed to, and now it doesn't come out. Wonder if I jammed it in the wrong way. Nope, I jammed it in the right way, and nothing is sticking up. So when I say nice quality, this is cheap shit. I know this is cheap shit, and I expect the stuff that is cheap shit to break, which is why I ordered in quantity, so I don't feel bad when my one carbide cutter or whatever it's going to be breaks. So when I say I'm very surprised at the quality, time for a new blade. This was also made in China, but the difference is in the apparent quality. And these were Black Friday. Oh, they're a little yucky on the oily. Now my hands are going to be yucky, so I will clean that off. But wow, that's looking pretty good in terms of initial quality. Yeah, I'm gonna say I'm pleasantly surprised on the finish. You know, the paint is where it's supposed to be. You know, I can't speak to the quality per se. I'll wait till the others arrive and compare them, because my tool post came in a kit, and then I ordered some extra that were hella discounted for Black Friday, even though it's not Black Friday yet. So I will save this, because if this does not match the others, something's going to back. All right, so there we go. I'll call that a undecided. This right now, I'll call it a thumbs up, and this, not what I ordered, which is not a surprise for the Zon. So more to come, because more stuff is on order in order to get my machining hobby going. Back later. Well, hello YouTubers, Reloading Bench back with you once again, and again, I will say this will be another machinist focus with a couple of tangents. This stuff is delicious. I'm a fan of Barks, and because of health, I don't like the diet taste, but we stumbled across Zero, Barks Zero, and it's got aspartame, and now that's another probably cancer causer, but it's not bad. It's better tasting than the diet. So goodies have started to arrive. I need to clarify something I said previous video as I cleaned some stuff up. And again, I was really impressed with the build, fit, finish quality of the bit holder. Not the bits so much. I mean, you remember these bits. But I mistakenly referred to these as high-speed steel, to be used for the softer metals like brass and aluminum, and then my carbide for the harder steels. These are actually carbide, so boo-boo on me, but that won't be the last mistake I make in my newly burgeoning machinist hobby. This showed up 10 days earlier than it was supposed to. I picked up Vactra oil number 2, which is, I think, ISO 068. Stuff's relatively expensive. This is a different container than what it looked like online. It came from the rainforest, but the post office delivered it. And because the text on the label is so unclear, I don't know if it's knockoff oil or whatever, but you can see from the viscosity it's thinner than, you know, motor oil. So hopefully this this whey oil, which is what I was going to put in my red version of this. So when I reached out to the rainforest after checking to add to make sure that I didn't miss selecting a color, black wasn't an option. It was a picture of a red can and the description was red. So I went to return this and they're like, oh, keep it, we'll send you a replacement. So we'll see if the replacement is also black. And if so, it goes back and I just select something different. But that's what red pair was for. All right, a whole bunch of stuff. I've been getting notices about delays. So I haven't really paid attention to what's due or what's not due, because there's so much that was ordered that will be coming in over the next, I'll just call it week, that I'm not really paying attention to delivery dates. All right, so this is a quick change turret. I'm going to guess it's, I ordered a handful of those. Try not to bleed. The 250001. So I'm not sure what the difference between the 002 and the 001 is, but we're going to find out. These are boxed, and the tooling actually looks worse on this. I think this was the super special. I mean, I'm not concerned about, I don't know if you can see that because of the glare. Oh, and it's certificate by Inspector that. So I'm going to call this, let's find a towel, cleaner, not as gunky as this one was. Slightly different size. I don't know if that has anything to do with the whatever. So I'm gonna say that yeah, looks okay. Looky okay. So we'll worry about those. Actually, we'll keep it in the box for now. Must keep certificate. Next, not sure what this one is either. Between a combination of the rainforest and other deliveries. Hopefully I'm not going to open somebody's Christmas present by accident, because I was doing my online Christmas shopping, and if I do that, I will obviously delete that out of the video. Hard to know what this is based on the short description on the label. Again, ordered a bunch of stuff. I had somebody comment on one of my videos. Okay, these are the carbide cutters, or another set of carbide cutters, which I think is cool because, you know, it's a cheesy box, but at least it's a box. That's just a holder. And these are 3/8 inch. So one of the comments that I believe it was a male, so I'll say gentleman, made was welcome. I think it was like, I see you found a more economical way to part with your wallet. And I was like, yeah, you got that right. Boy, that feels a lot sharper than these do. So that is more, whoopsie. These are the tools to fix said. That's a kind of crappy, I might have to do something with some closed cell foam that I have. Okay, the way we're going to do this is backwards. All right, that's another bag down. I don't know what this is. This feels like maybe it's the cutter. The parting tool, maybe? Yes, mini parting tool. Again, I did not choose a lathe that had any tools. That's just how it worked out. And I'm trying to open these as least invasively as possible in case something has to go back. Okay, I don't see a... I'll just use some Herculean brute strength. All right, that's kind of cool. It's a cutoff tool. I was going to say, where are the blades? And there are the blades. So the blades are not encased in anything, but this particular tool that you lock the blade into and then put it in that puppy is. All right. And it came... It's not like I don't have enough Allen keys. Now I will have even more Allen keys. And I don't think we'll need to worry about that. Another bag. Again, I'm not sure. I don't think this is a Christmas present because it's way too light. Ah, yes. All right. So for some of you who may or may not have noticed, I moved my saddle on the lathe, and I saw this online. Guy using it, you know, setting between the saddle and the chuck to get a more accurate degree reading than that the quirky little I'll bring this over to the lathe when we're done unwrapping, but to me it was just a better way, and obviously you can use it for, you know, any hobby. To me it was a better way of ensuring my angle if I'm looking for a specific angle or not. Now this one, I'm hoping, there might be some multiples in here, that this is the delayed tool post. Maybe, maybe not. Yes, all right. This went to delay with no update. So this was key. So there's no shortage of stuff that's outstanding, and some stuff has arrived. And that's some very interesting sealing plastic. Okay, 0XA. Oh, nice presentation with the blue foam. Maybe I can repurpose that on my Dylan. All right, so what we got here is this post, which will hopefully go into oily and it came with the 250-001s, which is, let's see if they're the same size. So these are the same size. But it came with a couple of 250-001s. .250-001, I think this a 250-002. Again, I'm not really sure what the difference between a 250-001 and a 250-002 is. So if anyone knows, please let me know. This is a 250-004. That does not look familiar. I'm not quite sure what that 250-004 does. Looks like it's, yeah, not quite sure. I think one of these is a knurling. This was for the cutoff, I believe. Yeah, and here we go for the knurling. And that's a 250-010. So I'm not really sure what an 04, because it's got a center hole. Again, I'm not really sure what a 250-004 is. And we don't have a whole lot of instruction up in here. So for anyone who knows what a 250-004 is, please let me know. I mean, obviously I'm going to look it up online. All right. Wedge style tool post, that would be this. A number 1, turning and facing holder. I think that's a 250-001. A number 2, boring and turning and facing holder up to 1/2 inch tool capacity. A number 4, heavy duty boring holder. Universal parting blade holder and knurling. So I'm gonna say turning this heavy duty boring holder. Yeah, I'm not sure. All right, so if we look at the numbers, maybe the numbers correspond to something. All right, so this is a number 001. So 1, turning and facing holder. I think that's obvious. A number 2, boring, turning, and facing holder. I think. Okay, so I think the difference between a 001 and 002 is the 02. I was going to say, is it shallower? You know, what it's meant for. 010, no. Yeah, 10. Yeah, so, okay, so the 10, so we go from 1, 2, 4, 7, 10. So I'm going to say the 10 corresponds to 10, knurling. So that's knurling. Okay, so this one is a number 7, so that should be my cutoff. Parting blade, yep, number 7. All right, so now we're going to find out what the 004 is. It's a heavy-duty boring holder. Okay, so heavy-duty boring holder. All right. That's the end of Christmas for now. So I will probably not bore you with all of my swearing as I install this. And I'll install it and see what happens. And I'll show you what I'm working on. My first project, which isn't lathe based, but is, I'm not going to call it first project. I'm trying to create a homegrown carriage lock. So we'll see how that works. Later.